Africa, what is really the problem with us? It is not about holding 28, 37, 47, 107 degrees. It is about simply knowing what our problem is. If you are sick and you don't know what your sickness is, you will be groping in darkness for eons of time unending. The problem of Africa is a simple one. All the other continents you see, Asia, Europe, whatever you name them, they are standing on knowledge systems to propel themselves through times and causations. Europe is standing on Druidism and Hellenism to propel themselves, to plan their progress. The Jews are standing on Judaism, Kabbalah, to propel themselves and move themselves through the difficulties they have. The Indians are standing on Vedanta. The Chinese are standing on Taoism. The Japanese are standing on Shintoism. Africa, where is your knowledge system? After the fall of Egypt, the Hamus, who were the founders of Egypt and Babylon, moved from Egypt to build Ghana. When Ghana fell, the Hamus moved to settle in the West African area. They are there. Egypt was known to be founded on a well-defined knowledge system called HU-YEÅE and SO-FIA. Ghana was known to be founded on a well-defined knowledge system, HU-YEÅE and SO-FIA. The Hamus are still on the continent of Africa. We haven't heard that any black colony moved to settle in Europe. So if the Hamus are still in Africa, they must be still holding the key to Egypt and Ghana. Until we come together and found this knowledge system for ourselves and build our socioeconomic development on it, we will be under the spell of the other civilizations, Europe particularly, Europe and America and Arabia. Every year, the whole of Africa pilgrims to orientate themselves spiritually in Mecca, Vatican, Rome, Canterbury, Basel, Jerusalem, and Bremen. They must orientate themselves spiritually there. Every year, all our professors pilgrim to Cambridge, Oxford, London University, Edinburgh, you name the Howard, Wisconsin, Harvard, you name them, to orientate themselves intellectually there. So you don't have a spiritual system, you don't have an intellectual system. Economically, because spirituality and religion govern scientific development, we don't educate our children to become creative. The education system we give them is pick and assemble. We can repair the European goods very nice, but we cannot build these things from ground. So we are forced to sell all our products to Europe because we cannot add value to them. They add value to these things, then we import them to put taxes on them. That is the way we collect revenue. Our presidents and prime ministers, they are all senior or bookkeepers. All that they do is how much have you sold our products to Europe and the other people for very little money. Then how much have we imported from them to put taxes on them? So we don't have any economic system. Now, until we go back and establish our knowledge, spiritual, scientific system, the HU-YEÜE, SO-FIA, you can jump, you can bring somebody who has 137 degrees. He will not solve the problem. Let's stop this nonsense discussion. There is only one thing that must be done. Africa, your HU-YEÜE SO-FIA system is still on the continent. Those who are keeping it are around the Qatar Lagoon. The Hamus are there, keeping the Hermetic System intact. Let's come together and know what we can do to now rescue our ancient knowledge system. Until we establish this knowledge system, no amount of book knowledge will help us. Please, 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 this high time we started doing things correctly. The African Union cannot do anything. They are not thinking properly. Nkrumah wanted to do this. Nkrumah alone was the only one who knew about this knowledge system. And he sought to establish it. But the professors could not help him find this knowledge system. So he was forced to go and build his Marx and Lenin philosophy. But the Marx and Lenin philosophy couldn't help him. The Hermetic system we brought from Egypt is still intact. The Hamus are there. We are around the Qatar Lagoon. That lagoon is actually called Amu Lagoon or Amu Tagba. And their settlements are all along the Amuga, the Amu River. They are there. I have tried to tell you about this thing, and nobody is listening. Everybody brings his story. Until we do this, you can jump to heaven and come. You will fall down on a rock and break your head. The only thing is you have to cushion these rocks with a knowledge, spiritual and scientific system. You have it. All the knowledge systems that the world is using, the Taoism of the Chinese, the Shintoism of the Japanese, the Vedanta of the Indians, the Druidic, the Hellenistic system of the Europeans, the Jewish Kabbalah, and Islam. We, the Africans, have given it to them. And we have the Hermetic System still with us. Please stop this and let us come together and begin to do the correct thing. I'm waiting for you. Ebeloso da le komija amuedu. This is a song used by the Hamus to call the creators. The Hamus are there. The Hamus are there. The Hamus are there. I don't know how you want me to tell you this. When I put this thing on the platform, nobody reacts to it. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with Africa? Everybody feels he knows better than anybody. Books don't have any knowledge. Knowledge is only kept in the souls of men. Books only give informations. But the Egyptian, Egyptologists don't tell us the correct thing, because the language used by the Hamus is still there, but they cannot decipher it. So if the language goes wrong, you cannot get anything correct. Please, 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 it is not book matter. The Hamus are there. React properly, and let's do the correct thing. Africa must come out of the difficulty. No amount of book knowledge can help you. I'm waiting for you. Mimoda le komeja hamwedu. The Hamus are there. I'm waiting for you. Mila Okabo. Call my number.